everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we start sowing the 2nd of May. So it is hellish late. It is one of the latest springs ever for us. It's not the first time where we had a bad spring and we didn't get starting sowing until the 1st of May, but it's just cat. It is just cat. Our ground is the heavier side. This constant rain every couple of days is just leaving us that we're getting ground ploughed, we're mucking through ploughing just to try and see whether it help dry out ground. Like you can see there, down there, now that field is ready for pumpkins, but down there is, yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. Where we're going now, some of the field we won't be able to get sown, and we're going to be doing it the lazy man's way because we cannot wait for it to dry enough for the drill. It's not dry enough to go with a drill, so we're going with the fertilizer spreader. We need to get crops in, and it's really becoming a bit of a pick this weather now. So we have today, we have tomorrow, and then we're back into wet weather, so we're going to see what all we can get done. So we're going on to a 26-acre field that's ploughed. I'm going to give it one cut of the harrow, then Father Phil is coming up. He's going to put out the fertilizer and the seed, and then harrow it again, and on to the next spot. But yeah, and here we are, 26-acre field. There's another field then just outside the hedge there. That may be too wet to do today, we'll just have to see. But as you can tell, this is soft enough now. Here is probably the softest end of the field, and then just up there in that hollow there, but the rest of the field shouldn't be too bad. But you can see, like, we haven't had rain since Sunday night. This is Tuesday, and you can just see, like, it's still moist. That's one way of putting it. But we gotta get something sown, and we'll have to. At this stage, it's just getting too late. If it gets much later on us, crops probably won't be combinable. We'll still be able to hold crop. Anything that's sown late will hold crop because you're not reliant on drying it. But anything that we want for combining, if it gets too late, the likelihood of getting it dry decreases and the crop yield decreases. We need to get our combinable crops in. It's the 2nd of May today. This field we're doing here now, we sowed last year with the pot 101 pass, and it was the 5th of May when we sowed that. So it's not too late here. Regards to what's left to be tilled or ploughed, there's 20 acres left to be ploughed. They're ploughing away at that at the minute. They should have that ploughed maybe this evening, definitely by tomorrow, and then that's all the ploughing done. There's 40 acres for a mini till, so that luckily it doesn't have to be ploughed, so we'll get that done. We'll just have to see how we get on. I may go all night if it doesn't rain and just keep harrowing and harrow ground for the first cut, so then tomorrow he can put out all the seed, and then I can harrow away all night again to try and get all in, just to get it done, because yeah, it's just getting so late. I don't know how many times to say, if it was a drinking game you'd probably be already drunk by now, and we're only about 5 minutes into the video, but this spring's been a nightmare. Anyways, we start setting up. All our harrow is on, grand. So all my presets are there, press 3. I gotta turn on headland management. So then all my fish and yokies are on that. And then I want to set this up, so I don't think this field is on this. We'll go new. Set all my liabilities, that if I run into something, it is my fault and not the auto steers for guiding me into it. So now we are here, we're ready to go. Satellite isn't on because I'm just beside some high trees there. So auto steer enabled. Ready to put my AB lines. That's it, we're ready to go. Time to go make some tracks. Hopefully, well, not hopefully make tracks, but actually get some harrowing done. Button. Right, and away we go. Onwards, my waiting speed. Second run here. We're just driving alongside the beans there, and the beans are actually looking quite good now. There is a couple of spots where the water has wet them, especially that end of the field. But this upper end of the field, they're looking quite good now. You know, there's a nice, looks to be a nice dense crop of them from driving by anyways. But But yeah, that's the beans. This is hammering up not too bad now on the second run, so it's not. It's leveling up nicely. It is damp. There's not going to be a whole lot of dust rising today, but it's just about getting the crops in now. That is the highs and lows of what we're at. So first land done, as in up and down. There's a good bit of grass coming up from the ploughed ground, so hopefully the pre-emergent spray will catch that, or we'll have to go an early spray, weed spray anyways, to try and nail that early on. Bouncy for temperature gauge is just creeping up ever so slightly, so I just want to keep an eye on that. It's higher than it normally is, but yeah, it's tough pulling now because she's still quite sticky, that ground. So, almost here, one run, fill it in. So we are leaving little hairy bits every now and again. So it's just the way the ploughed ground is running that way, and the tractor's running kind of crossways to it, and it just keeps pulling it side to side a bit every now and again. So the plan will be, when we get this done, we'll tighten up our overlap, and then we'll hit a slightly different direction, just to kind of level it out again and make sure that we get it all. But the little bits that aren't done will make no odds to the first run. It's just trying to maximize the runs at the minute to try and get through the ground. It's not looking too bad, and there's nice drying there at the minute now. You can see how well it's drying that side compared to what we're doing at the minute. Now, dinner is here, so time to have that, and we're probably just over halfway. It's fast but slow going, if that makes any sense at all. And we are back. Now it's time to get some more done. So just the current plan has changed. Plans always change. It never stays too long. The plan was we're only doing this field today, but because of the way the forecast is looking and we're up here, we're going to do all the fields here. So that includes that wet one out there, which actually doesn't look too bad, and then there's a one to be mini till below, which is wetter and stonier. That's why it's not ploughed, but we're going to get it done as well, or try to get it done. So yeah, so we'll be here for 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I think then the plan is to just keep going all night then till it rains. It's supposed to be rain later on around 4 o'clock in the morning, so just get as much as possible done. So yeah, it is hectic. Anyways, we drop and go. So since we've come back from the dinner, the drying is really increased, and we can tell because we're raising some dust, which we weren't doing beforehand. So yeah, it's great to see a bit of dust rising for a change. Still turning up damp itself, but you can see the difference between what we've done and what we haven't done. That's what an hour's drying is doing at the minute, so that is very, very good to see. So we're sucking diesel now, so we are, thank God. And now we're on headlands. Father Phil is here with the fertilizers. He's spun that out. Then he'll be going with the seed, and then I'll be giving it another harrow to bury the seed and level everything off. So yeah, that's where we're at. 3075 on the job. So now we're just driving across where we started to the bottom headland. I think Father Phil is either out fertilizer or has it all done. But you can see how much drying there has been since we started this morning. Drying is quite good now. It's drying very nicely. Go to this next headland. Father Phil will get the seed out. We'll be laughing. Just doing the last headland of the big field. I just want to show you how rough harrowing is. Especially the headland run now, because the tractor's left the tracks kept turning. This is really rough. Usually the harrow work's supposed to be going fast, but it just can't go fast. camera. So this is going 1 gear lower than I normally go up and on the field. So I have front suspension, cab suspension, seat suspension. And after a day of heroin, you'd be absolutely because of how bouncy it is. So we've just finished out there now. Father Phil's putting out the last fertilizer, and Bro is here. So we're really multitasking because the telly's here for loading and that. We also have Barley still in the shed, which we need to get rolled and brought home to finish off the last of the bulls and start feeding to the calves. And then all of that's going on, and fertilizer and seed was brought up. So yeah, when I say it's all happening, it's all happening. So we start this field here. So it's actually dried out very well since I ploughed it. Still is water line there obviously, but it seems to have dried out well. So we get this one done, then we move on to the one behind that for mini tilling, and then we come back and we do it all again. And that is the biggest killer about this, is when you're finished this, taking over 5 hours to do that big field, then all has to be done again. And it's like, you're just finished and you're like, oh god, I have to do this again like in another 2 hours. And it's like, oh my, this, yeah. Onward we go. And Bro, the legend that is Bro, has brought me a drink. Thanks, Bro. All good, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you going rolling now or what's happening?
Yeah, that's going rolling now.
Okay. Slow job, isn't it?
No party, Dad.
Yeah. Happy days. So just finished this field here. They just have the load of barley rolled. So Bro will bring that back, and Father Phil will be able to get this one done now. But yeah, it's definitely much more stickier than the other field. But now it's time to move on to a bit of mini till. So we'll be on down to the bottom field, and this is what we have to do now. So we're mini tilling this because it's not ploughable really, and that centre bit is wet there, but the rest of it should be fine. We're going to get stuck into it now, but Father Phil gets out there soon, and then we do it all again. Try and stick up the drone while I'm at it too. We get our A-B lines in. We got
to being on our own. Now there's no direction home, so let's go a little crazy this time. Let's go and make some sweet, sweet memories. Think of every dream you had and make it true. Let the world feel the happiness that you're giving, and that's good living. That's good living. Feeling out of time with the music on the radio. You're a little country, I'm a little rock and roll. You know I really gotta say it, life's a game and I wanna play it. So let's go a little crazy tonight. Let's go and make some sweet, sweet memories. Think of every dream you have and make it true. Let the world
rooting away here, and it's tilling up very, very nice. From what it looks like to how it's turning, top class. You know, doing a lovely, lovely job on it there. And don't have a choice. So, tea has arrived. So, Happy days. What does it live?
Spicy box.
Spicy box. Looks good. So
Don't hurry, really, he's fine.
yeah, so time to get stuck into it. As you have seen, we're having a wee issue. The stabilizers are too far out and she's running side to side too much, and she keeps missing little bits. It has something like 2 foot of a play there. You would have seen with the drone footage how offset it was. Come back up to the yard to get tea. So we'll try and extend these and take some of that play out of it. Especially now when we're going to get back over the ground all again to start sowing. It needs to be precise, otherwise you'll see whatever wasn't hard, as there'll be very poor germination on it. So dinner's at, or tea's at. Ara is said that you shouldn't wiggle too much side to side, and Father Phil is just starting to put out the seed, so he's all his fertilizer out. I think he put some Grand Lime here as well. So now he's getting the seed out, so I gotta finish off where I was, hopefully no more than half an hour, and then do it all again. Once we get finished down here, I'll let you know how long I have ahead of me after, because so I pulled up there with 7 hours done, so I have at least 7 hours more to do. Well, we'll have to see how long it takes, but the joys of the job. And now it is all done once. So my screen tells me I have just over 20 hectares done, but I need to reload the maps, the lines, because I want to be able to know where I've been and where I've not been when I do it for the second time. And this also tells me I have been 7 hours and 49 minutes at this job, so it'll be about 7.5 hours, might get go a little bit faster. So 7.5 hours from 9:10. So that means it's going to be a very, very late or early finish. I don't know how way you look at it. And my wonderful legend of a wife dropped me up some Red Bulls, so I'll be able to keep going till it's all done, because we need to get it done, because as I've said many a time at the start of the video, it's been a nightmare of a spring to try and get this done. The drill we have would not work in these conditions because it's too sticky. It'd be blocking the coulters, it wouldn't be fit to bury the seed, just wouldn't work. And there's rain coming tomorrow after dinner, so we get the way we're doing it now, while it's not ideal, it'll do it. It'll get it sown and it gives us a crop. We've done it many times, you've seen it many times, and it gives us a pretty good crop. It's always worked out quite well for us. First part of this job feels like you're pulling your own teeth out, as you gotta do it all again on the same day. 7 hours 49 minutes, 7 hours 50 minutes from 9 o'clock, 9:10. So that's 50 is 10, 7 hours, 2 to 12, 5. It'll be about 5 o'clock in the morning when I get this done. And I'm told I have to be back in the yard for 8 so that we can get the next bit ready, which is probably going to be maize ground, I think, because the man that's coming to sow the maize is coming tomorrow, so I don't see the point in going to bed really tonight. 5 o'clock in the morning, so that's my bet. Stop now, go into the comments and see what time do you think it'll be when I get this redone again. Unless it rains, I'll be going till it's done. Know in the comments how long do you think, what time do you think I'll finish at. And from now till I get finished, there's not going to be much more, because the tiredness will start to catch up with me. And let's go all night. Oh my god. Hopefully the cattle will thank me for my efforts of hard work to grow the crops to feed them next winter. Up we go into this one, and away we go to the small one where I started first. Fun fact, just talking to Father Phil there, he's loading up the last of the seed. He's this one here done, so we'll start here. It's just so I'm not working beside the houses at 5 o'clock in the morning. Factory is coming for bulls in the morning at 6 o'clock, so by the time I get home I'll be just back in time to let them out of the shed to be loaded and brought away. Looks like I'm going to be pulling an all-nighter. Last time I done it, I was 16. Fun fact, I done 39 hours that time on a wrapper. And now, doing it again. 10 years later, huh? The joys of a wet spring. First field done, and it is 20 past 10. Now it's on to the big field, which you cannot see. It's a long way to go. Oh man, yeah. The thing is, you can see You can see the runs I've done and what's dry, so it's going to be quite nice that way. So one thing I will be doing when I'm going out here, I'm going to put a different AB line slightly diagonals to what I've already done, just to get a nice leveler finish on what I've done. Father Phil is finished, I think. There's no sign of him there, unless he's down in the bottom field, which it could be. Let's look into him. And now that is the big field done. It is now 2:10, so that's taken 3.5 hours to do. So hopefully within 2 hours this next one is done. So I wish it was just as easy as click. I wish it was that easy that you could just transition from clicking fingers to clicking finger stuff. But unfortunately it ain't that easy. And now that is all she wrote. That is 45-ish acres sown. Get back in the cab and see how long we're at it. I don't think you can notice it just with lights of the tractor, but the horizon just behind me there is starting to brighten, so we're nearly at daylight. Can't see a whole lot obviously, it's dark, but hard up very nicely. Just on a concrete base here, but yeah, hard up very nicely just out there. Yeah, no, well happy with how the mini till stuff turned out. For the way the conditions were this morning, it did dry well. Some of it was still quite sticky, but what can you do? Likes of the crop we got in now, they're early. The first crop we get in, they'll all be for combining, and then we'll be moving on. So the last crop we sow will be for whole crop, because they can run later because they're not going to be hard to dry. And on another fun fact, we're beside quite a busy road, and about a lorry passes every 5 minutes. So shout out to everyone burning the midnight oil, keeping the show on the road, whether you're trying to get your spring crops in, or whether you're on the road hauling stuff so that there's milk on the shelves in the morning for people. So, drum roll, it is 4:10, so I've been 50 minutes ahead of schedule, and overall 6 hours 57 minutes. So yeah, an hour quicker, and that hour has been purely made up because the fields are smoother. On the second run I can go faster, and that extra bit faster I was going, that's literally going from D to E, is an hour over 45 acres, so it makes a massive difference. Plan is go home now. By the time I get home it's just going to be nearly 5 o'clock. We're loading bulls at 6 o'clock, so I'm going to just get ready for today. Later on, get the Triple K on, get it sorted, grease serviced up, take this off on the stone fork, get everything organised, get the cattle loaded, and then I might snooze for 2 or 3 hours and then back at it. Let me know in the comments down below, how are ye on that spring crops? Have you them all in yet? Are you like ourselves, ground is just sticky and just getting it hard to get them in? How are you getting on at your spring crops? I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. Last can of Red Bull is in me now, so I am good to get home. Get up again tomorrow when we go at tomorrow's jobs, and that'll be another video because I think we're sowing our maize tomorrow. We're going to leave it at that for today's video. Any comments, as always, leave them in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. And that is it for me. Good luck.